This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley, coming to you from the 2017 Manchester Invitational Meet Hub, sponsored by Collins Sports. I'm here with Joe Pearl of Manchester, which is actually in Connecticut, not the New Hampshire Manchester we're in right now. And he was the champion for the boys' large school race today. Joe, tell us a little bit about your goals coming into today.
Primary goal is to win. I knew that there were a lot of guys that were around me that that could make the race fast early on. So I just wanted to make sure that right off the start I was all the way on the left, so I had to run a little more uphill than most of all the guys. But I just wanted to make sure that I was in good position, and then just stick with the top guys, and then make my move around 2 miles.
Yeah, awesome. And you weren't in the lead at 2 miles. So tell me a little bit about how that race. Your thoughts moving forward. Did you still think you had a shot at 2 miles?
So what happened was at 2 miles, I was right at the lead with the guy from Nashua North, top of the ski hill. I was right there. I made my move into first place. And then right around the rock, there's a left turn, and I went straight. And I got lost in the woods, and I saw 10 guys go past me. So I had to bushwhack across through the woods, and I ended up being in about 10th or 15th place. So I was kind of freaking out around there. But yeah, I just kind of had to grind out that last mile and keep my composure and work my way back up to where I was.
Wow, that's quite the story.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you were able to maintain composure though and get yourself back in the race.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your goals moving forward for the rest of the season?
Well, in 2 weeks I have the Wickham Park Invitational, and that's another big meet where a lot of guys come out of state, and it's right in my hometown in Manchester. So I want to, face a lot of the competition that I have with guys in state, and test myself and see how I can, fare against a lot of those top guys. And after that, just get a conference win, and then go into states and roll through New England. And end goal is to make it to nationals through a Foot Locker. So that's all the way down at the end of the year. But yeah, I have my eyes set on that.
Yeah, definitely a fair goal, I'd say. And how does this course, being pretty challenging, do you feel like it prepares you for the other courses you're running? I think, if I remember right, I haven't run it in a long time, but Wickham Park that's a pretty tough course too, right?
Wickham Park is one of the toughest courses I've ever ran in my entire life, and I get to practice on it every day, so that's a really big blessing that I can practice there and to go over all of those big hills and practice the Green Monster a lot. But yeah, this course, the biggest challenge is just all of the dust and loose sediment that's up in the trails, and once it narrows out, it really makes you run the first mile a lot faster. And that's what was scaring me, because we went through a little slow in the first mile, but having the space around me kept me a little bit more composed through the trails, because that's where it really gets tough.
Yeah, and I did notice the dust was definitely kicking up a lot more in your race.
It was getting really hard to breathe with all the dust.
Yeah. And was the heat a factor at all today?
Yeah, like I said, first mile, it felt like a 4:45. We went through in 5:05, I think. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was just about who could sweat it out the most, I guess, because it was just, the heat was just so draining out there.
Yeah, but hey, you must have been prepared well enough.
Yeah.
All right, well, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we end things here?
Both of my coaches, Coach O'Reilly and Coach Benzinski, they've both done a great job for me over the summer and putting a lot of faith into me, as well as my teammates. It's great to see guys that can, follow my example and, just keep the faith going.
Awesome. Hey, you did a great job today. Good luck with the rest of your season. I hope it works out for you.
Thanks.